Welcome to Working with Sounds. My name is Maria Reid. I'm an educationalist with over 30 years experience in special education and adult disability services. And today I'd like to show you another of our activities in this program Working with Sounds. It's a series of music-based sensory activities of about 5 minutes duration, and they're intended to help develop foundational skills. For instance, hand-eye coordination, self-regulation, focus, eye tracking, responding to cues, all of those skills, initiative and motivation, focus and engagement, all of those skills are important for any other learning. So it's important that we've got a full set of those skills, and these programs will help develop that. In addition to that, we also really want enjoyment of interaction, because what it does, it builds relationships, it builds trust, it builds confidence, it builds a sense of acceptance and belonging, and a feeling of significance, that I belong here, these are people I can relate to. And that is so important for the whole of your life, that you're not just a passive participant in your life, but that you're actively contributing and take ownership of your life. So those are the two main reasons. Searching in can work particularly well for people who struggle with communication or struggle with eye contact, because you do not need a lot of eye contact or any eye contact to make this work for you. And what we need are two types of things. First of all, we need a medium. So what I've got here is a little bucket with these very light plastic balls, a medium of something that's fairly uniform. Now you could make it a whole lot easier by having all of these balls in one color, but I have chosen them all in mixed colors. You could take, the reason why I use these balls, they're light, so if they get dropped or thrown, they're not going to damage anything or anyone. They're easy to clean, and you couldn't easily choke on one. You could also use polystyrene chips, or some people use things like beans, dried beans, but I do prefer these. You do need a decent sized container for them though. So that's the medium. Then the second thing that you need is items of interest to the person that you're working with. So you would have to investigate that. Is a person interested, for instance, in photos of people that they care about? You could laminate them and have a set of those. Are they interested in something that is squishy, so a tactile sensory feel, squishy or rough or stippled? Are they interested in something that is shiny, like little lights or bottles with glitter and glue and things like that? Are they interested in something that makes a sound? So you can go through all the different senses. Or are they interested in a subject, such as, in my case, I brought along these dinosaurs. So let's just assume somebody's interested in dinosaurs. So you would take about maybe 8 or 10 of them, and we're going to bury them now in this basket, and they drop down quite easily. One of the things that is very important when we work with this particular activity, that we extend focus time, and focus time is so important to make sense of your world. Because if you can't focus for, let's say, 2 minutes or 3 minutes, you then will take snapshots of what's happening in your life. So and I may have used this example once before, somebody is going to bake a cake. So what you see here is butter, eggs, flour, sugar, maybe milk. If you can't focus continuously, and the next time you look, there is a cake on the table, you then have no idea how the two are connected. So the sequencing of events is very important to make sense of your world. Being able to focus allows you to do that. and eye tracking, meaning you follow with your eyes what is happening. Those things are critically important to help you make sense of your world. If you can make sense of your world, you can take ownership of your world. So that is just so important. So these are two of the foundational skills that we really practice with this particular activity. You don't need to make eye contact with someone. You can sit alongside them, have the bucket between you. But if the other person is okay with it, you could easily sit opposite them. So now we're going to take turns. We say, oh, I've got a bucket here. And by the way, this works really well for people that are verbal or non-verbal. So it works fantastically for anyone. So you might like to start. You're going to put your hand in there and, oh, got a dinosaur. Look at that. So this is obviously for a person who really likes dinosaurs. And you can comment on that dinosaur. You can comment either by using language, or you can comment by using movement and sounds. Wonder what kind of sound it makes. So you make a comment, you create a narrative around this dinosaur. You then, if the person hasn't already extended the hand, you offer them that dinosaur to maybe have a different movement, or maybe copy your movement, and they say, wow, that's really, really cool. So whether they can comment verbally or not, they could interact with their dinosaur. So then you could say, put that dinosaur down, your turn. And what we're looking for here is the development of initiative and curiosity and motivation. Those are three of the really foundational, hugely important skills that we need to develop our full potential. We will talk about that more on another occasion, but let's just say the person has pulled out this one. So you encourage them to do something with that dinosaur. What can it do? Can it fly? Looks like it could fly. So you provide the narrative for the person unless they are narrating themselves. Now you may have somebody who really struggles with choices, and that's making choices is another one of those really, really important skills. What I would do then is I would take two out and hold them like this. Now the person may then take one, or they may just look at one, and if they just look at one, I could comment, I can see you're looking at this one, and put a description to it. Say, it's got lovely wings, isn't it? It's very dainty. And make it very non-intrusive, non-threatening. You do not even need to look at the person. You both need to look at the items that you or the other person has in their hand. And that is, of course, joint attention, which is another critical aspect of learning. We can't learn from other people without joint attention. So really, really important to do that. So you would maybe go through 4 or 5 of those objects. The track itself is 5 minutes long. Now 5 minutes might be a very long time for someone to have to focus and concentrate. But what we can do, the track divides into 2. After 2.5 minutes, there's a very slight pause, and then it repeats itself. So 2.5 minutes of constant focus and attention is something that not everybody is used to. But the good news is we can really develop that ability. The ability for the brain to focus gets better with use. So we really are supporting the focus, the engagement, the ability to pay attention. And of course, that, as I said before, is so hugely important for taking ownership of your own life. The other thing that's really important about that is we really would like the person to stay with us till that piece of music is finished, because the music provides the boundaries for the activity. And that is one of the main reasons for the music. It's calming but also animating music at the same time. It's acoustically recorded, so these are real voices, real instruments that have come together to create this harmonious package, and it is very, very calming but also engaging at the same time. What we're hoping is that by, let's just say we're looking at the first 2.5 minutes, what we're hoping for is that the person who may think after maybe 2 minutes of this, oh, you know, I can't focus any longer, I'm getting really tired, that once they get to know that piece of music, they know the end is nearly there, that they just say, oh, to themselves, of course, I just wait till it's finished. When we can wait until something is finished, despite the fact that we really would have preferred to finish a little bit earlier, we are developing self-regulation. And whether you call that delay of gratification, self-discipline, or self-regulation, it is one of the, if not the most critical factor in developing and having a satisfying life. To be able to have self-regulation determines every social interaction that you're going to have, and hugely important. So we place immense emphasis on developing this particular skill. If you are sensing right at the beginning that somebody can only manage 1 minute and you can just see them flagging, their eyes are wandering, what I would do is bring the music to an end by just bringing the volume right down to 0 and say, finished, well done, really well done. So the person gets a sense of, I have completed it. We're looking for the development of this sense of completion so that we can then look to extend our time and hang on in there in order to come to that sense, oh, I've done it, I've managed it. We all like that feeling of, I've succeeded at this, I could do it, even though it was a little bit challenging. The trick for you, of course, is to determine what does it look like in real terms of time. But if you can focus on that sense of, yes, you've made it, even if you do go for half a minute initially, it doesn't matter. The sense of we're finished, the music is finished. And then gradually, as you feel the person is developing the capacity to focus for longer, that you're going to extend the music time out until you maybe reach the full 5 minutes. All of these tracks are 5 minutes long. So that's the importance of the music, and we will play this for you at the end of this recording, that you're able to use that music in your own situation. Make sure you give processing time for people, and processing time will mean when you have chosen or you have had your turn, you pass it over and you just allow the person the time to sit there, put their hand in, maybe throw some balls out of the bucket, that doesn't matter, and just stare at something maybe for a few moments, or put it back, pick something else up. Processing time can be something very short, but it can also take half a minute, maybe even longer. So you will know your people best. You will know what they are capable of, and processing time will sometimes have to be extended towards the end of someone's ability to focus for several minutes. So I hope you will give this a go. Just one more thing I would like to say, that some people find a very animating approach really engaging, and some people find that off-putting. It might pay you to just find out the communication partner you have, what do they respond to best. So if you have someone who's really responding well to engaging, dramatic kind of a communication partner, then you can go, oh wow, whoa, this one is hops, it goes, whoa, 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 what does it do next, what else can it do, and look at the color, look at that tail. You can go like this. But if you have someone who finds it irritating, distracting, or stressful, then you will have to modulate your voice and stay on one level. So you would say, I've just found this dinosaur. It can move. Maybe it can hop a bit. Hop, hop, hop. Dinosaur. And hold it out to the other person. If you are going to have a go at this practicing, I would suggest you practice a style that is least familiar to yourself, so that you are able to switch from one to the other and be completely focused on the needs of your communication partner and how they are going to perceive you. Be really aware how you come across, and that extends, of course, to your gestures, your voice modulation, the smile on your face. So have a go at that. We're looking forward to hear your feedback, and I'm looking forward to another session on another activity on working with sounds with you. And until then, ke te mihi, kia tātou, ka kite anō.